Hi, I get a lot of questions about quitting smoking. So I'm here to answer those questions for you and for you to perhaps get a sense of who I am and decide whether you'd like to work with me or not. Because actually quitting smoking is possibly one of the most important actions you'll take in your entire life. So you have to be comfortable with the person you work with and you have to feel confident. We use a combination of advanced hypnosis and NLP. Now, hypnosis is something that many people have probably the wrong idea about to some extent. They've watched television shows, they've been to live performances. Real hypnosis isn't like that. The number one rule is I can't make you do anything you don't want to do. Our entire focus is on smoking. If I was to introduce another thought, such as hand over your car keys, you'd simply open your eyes and say no, that's not going to happen. So that's important to remember. The other thing is people say, can I be hypnotized? I don't think I can go under. Here's my simple philosophy. Anybody can be hypnotized if they're willing to participate. If you want the outcome, you simply allow yourself to be hypnotized. And hypnosis isn't some deep, dark, mysterious state. Granted, some people do go into a very deep state, but most people it's fairly light to some medium. And the conscious mind is still firing along. I say to people, if you hear a vehicle go by or you hear a door shut or something like that, it's not going to be a problem because the conscious mind will still hear these outside sounds and the conscious mind will still have some thoughts like, I wonder how this is going, or am I really going to quit smoking with this? Straightforward, natural, conscious mind thinking. But your unconscious mind will be focused on one thing only, and that's quitting smoking. So yes, you can be hypnotized, and yes, it can be done in one session. In fact, it's the best way to do it. To me, smoking is an all or nothing activity. Breaking it down, you've still got a lot of the old drivers going, you're still buying into a lot of the emotions, you've still got so much happening that a smoker has. Whereas when you go from all to nothing, it's just fine. And you don't have to be afraid of that, because most of the problems you have with smoking are to do with the triggers and associations you have with smoking. And they're the things we can easily disrupt with hypnosis and replace them with new thinking. Just simply the thinking of a non-smoking person. If a non-smoking person is stressed, they don't think of a cigarette. If they're bored, they don't think of a cigarette. If they pick up the phone, they don't think of a cigarette. A smoker does. But really, where's nicotine in all of this? Nicotine has nothing to do with coffee, phones, driving, boredom, conversation. It's all a very deeply ingrained habit, which we can easily shift with hypnosis. I mentioned NLP, Neuro-Linguistic Programming. Really, hypnosis is the process we use to get you to relax and to be focused. NLP is just the language. It's the language and the way we phrase things. If you like, hypnosis is an art, and this is the art form, the NLP, of how we phrase it to your needs specifically, not to everyone in general, but to your needs. Do I back up what I say? Absolutely. I have 3 levels. Actually, I have 4. The first is, if you're dissatisfied with the session, no fee. The second is, if we can't make any difference to you and we do another session and still can't do any difference to you, and that second session is at no cost, we refund your fee. The third thing is a full 6 months backup. Should you fall off the wagon sometime in that 6 months, we'll sort it out. You know, if you do, it'll be some tiny little thing that came along that we hadn't considered or you didn't think to mention at the time. It's all easy, because once you quit, you're essentially a non-smoker. We focus very heavily on stress management and finding ways to manage stress other than thinking about cigarettes. Remember, non-smokers don't have cigarettes to manage their stress. The problem is many non-smokers don't have any stress management tools to help them, and they just become stressed or they do something else. We're not going to replace cigarettes with anything else in your life other than ways to manage your stress. We know you can't avoid stress. Stress is part and parcel of modern living. But we can manage it, we can make you more resilient, and we can give you a greater emotional buffer zone against stress. My 4th guarantee is my personal guarantee. And this is my personal guarantee, is that I will bring all my experience to the table, and I will work very, very hard to ensure that you are successful. After all, I don't really want to be doing repeat sessions for people. It's in nobody's interest. So we want to get it right, and we want to get it right the first time. So feel free to contact me, 1300-203-422, and book an appointment, and you'll be a non-smoker before you know it. Thank you. I'm Ian Newton.